Here we go, my cigar smoking, fancy car driving, lady killing ass. I'm not Andrew Tate. What I am, you degenerates, is a ventriloquist figure preformed by the artist currently known as BJD. BJ has a message. Actually, two messages before today's presentation begins. The first is that there is not one of you fools out of 100 out there watching that is going to hook up with a girl that is rated as a 6 or more in current 2024 society. And furthermore, not going to be able to attain the status of top G. Not by a damn sight.
Andrew Tate is very mean.
I'm not Andrew Tate. On with the president. There are many milongas in the city of Buenos Aires, but what exactly is a milonga? Well, a milonga describes the scene and place where people dance tango and practice the dance, be it with others or individually. There are many options for milongas in all the districts. The milongas form what's called a circuito milonguero, milonga circle. All these terms can sound confusing, and besides, communication when dancing tango is key. Even if bodily communication might seem good enough. We should note that milongas in Buenos Aires, just like the city nightlife in general, take place at night and can go on until dawn. The meaning of a milonga refers to both the event, to go to a milonga, and the dance itself, to dance a milonga. Milonga music stems from the payada, which is a genre of music belonging to gaucho culture, featuring a musical counterpoint and elements from the habanera. A milonga can take place outside, like here, or in a bar, neighborhood club, or salon, so each one will have a different feel. But what they all have in common is that they're spaces for learning. Whether you're a beginning, intermediate, or well-seasoned dancer, there's a place for you in the milonga scene. And although tango may seem like a coupled ordeal, there's a group component to practicing this dance. It's nice to learn with and from others, although you can also get individual tango lessons. As such, milongas are semi-formal and traditional events, meaning that certain attire is expected and there are social norms regarding how to behave in the tango community. This doesn't mean you can't be yourself, though. It's best to approach a milonga with no previous expectations and loosen up. Tango is originally a working-class dance from the Rio de la Plata around the 20th century. It is said that tango has African-American roots and that the dance is pretty associated to other folkloric dances like the milonga and the candombe. The dance was accompanied by instruments like piano and guitar. Song lyrics began to be crafted in lunfardo, the slang of the lower middle class, convicts, and immigrants. And so, the poetry became increasingly important. The poetry of tango tends to be sultry, nostalgic, and very sentimental. Songs like Mi Buenos Aires Querido and Por una Cabeza are romantically themed songs, and in time, they've become world famous. The tango golden age started and ended during the 30s and 40s. Golden Age composers such as Pugliese and Goyeneche have impacted the scene for good. Tango soon became for export. It spread across Europe, and specifically Paris. Carlos Gardel surely sounds familiar because of his starring roles in film and his international fame. Nowadays, tango has expanded well beyond its national origins and into different cultures, like to become a part of Asian customs, for instance. Other influential composers include Astor Piazzolla, The style of his pieces are easily identifiable for their integration of jazz instrumentation and improvisation. Even if tango remains an international dance, it's still a big part of Buenos Aires' culture. Instantly recognizable for its geometric shapes and hard lines, Art Deco originated in France in the 1920s and was all the rage during the Great Depression in the 1940s. Outstanding examples of Art Deco architecture in Buenos Aires are the Cavana Building, the tallest skyscraper in Latin America when it was built, and the Abasto Market, a former produce market now converted into a modern shopping center, but retaining the building's original distinctive arches.
A little bit of knowledge for the people that watch the travel vlog. You know, I'm gonna show you, just show them.
Okay.
So this is what we're talking about. Like when you're traveling, you're kind of at the mercy. Like you could do your research and you can say this place is good, it has a lot of reviews, and this place is good. But using the platform couch surfing is, I cannot tell you guys like how beneficial this is for many reasons. The very premise, the foundation was built is like, you're out of town, you stay at my place, you know, everything is cool, everything is chill. Maybe I repay the favor, maybe you stay at my place where I'm from, whatever the case is, whatever you know, work out with the guy. You know, but besides from that, it's a platform, it's a resource for events, for cultural exchange, it's like they're like ambassadors to the place that you will visit. And I cannot tell you how beneficial this tool is for a traveler. To be without it is just, it's ridiculous. It goes beyond like lodging and advice and everything. It's a really good community full of people you can trust. Like, okay, so this situation, okay, this, can I use your name or not? It's okay if I don't. This gentleman from Russia, he lives in Argentina now. And he reached out to me, which is unusual. He reached out to me. I was initially making requests and everything, but whatever, you know, requests, advice, whatever you can do. So then he said, no, I am not available to host, but if you need somebody to exchange, like, you know, currency exchange and this, hit me up with my WhatsApp. So I did that. And then here we are. So it's either that or pay at least 20%, maybe 25% more at the airport for sure. I don't know what it is, 10. It was ridiculous, man, how much they took from bro, like I was like $100 bill. I was out of it in 3 days. I couldn't believe it. I know the Argentina economy is not that bad. So I know that they must be taking so much money from me and, you know, all that shit. So it was so good to have this fellow, he's also on couchsurfing, to reach out to me and make the proposal. And this is a good way to do it, guys, because like if you're like whatever, you're traveling and you don't know people, and you know, people can sometimes be friendly but sometimes not, you know, they have an alternative motive. Like the couchsurfing profile, it is a terrific profile. Everybody there, they have some sort of verification, and they're all you know, whether they host each other or meet each other, it's all trustworthy. We look them in the eye, we can handshake them, and then you know they're on the level. They're about traveling, they're about you know, building friendships, about culture, about exchanging culture, and it's a very good platform, guys. So today, our lesson: how far does $50 US go in Argentina? So I had this $50 bill, right, and it goes for 55 mil in Argentina, and I can tell you approximately that will get you by, whether you eat cheaply or whether you know, want to live large. It'll get you about 2 or 3 days, maybe. And it was so good to meet you here. Thanks for coming. I don't know how far you are, so it's good for the exchange. Thank you for the advice as well.
Yep.
And so that's it. That's this chapter of Argentina vlog. If you have any questions or comments, put them in the comment section below. Viva couchsurfing.
You can see BJD is wandering aimlessly along, not a care in the world. Eclecticism was an architectural movement that blended ideas from different architectural styles and epochs. Arising at the time of the Second French Empire, The style was popular with Argentina's upper classes until 1916. The most exuberant example is the incredible Water Palace, a former water pumping station built between 1887 and 1894 to supply the city's running water. The building stands out for its decorative ceramic pieces produced by Royal Doulton & Co. in London and Bermontoft's Company in Leeds, UK. The roof tiles were made from green slate brought from France. This style of architecture recalls the grandeur of Greek and Roman temples and palaces, with columns, domes, and arches that highlight the hierarchies of space. It was used to great effect to demonstrate the city's wealth and Enlightenment ideals. Examples can be found in Buenos Aires in the National Congress, with its green dome, the Casa Rosada, the Colón Theater, the Metropolitan Cathedral, and the University of Buenos Aires Law School. Neoclassical influences can be seen in many parts of the city, but especially in the exclusive Avenida Alvear in the affluent Recoleta neighborhood with its elegant townhouses and mansions. Passing through the streets of Buenos Aires, you'll be struck by the rich and eclectic mix of architectural styles on display. Private homes, small businesses, and even car parks can reveal details that delight and intrigue, and that's before we even mention the grand palaces, public buildings, and landscaped parks. The city's wealth at the start of the 20th century, together with a boom in immigration from Europe, brought architects from Italy, Britain, France, and Germany to add their contributions to the city's collage of styles. Here are just a few highlights to look out for on your travels through the city. The central downtown area of the city still retains traces of its Spanish colonial past. The simple architectural style of the period, with little color, few decorations, and simple arches, can be seen in the Cabildo in La Plaza de Mayo and the Manzana de los Luces, a former Jesuit mission, as well as the Basilica Nuestra Señora del Pilar in Recoleta. The Palacio Noel, now home to the Museo de Arte Hispanoamericano Fernández Blanco, was built in the early 20th century but replicates colonial and Baroque influences.
adapters por Argentina, Chile, etc. Necesito especial configurar lo menos para comprar, the cheapest to buy it.
That will do it for this one. If you would like us to exploit or make goofy jokes about something other than sports, please leave feedback via the comment section below. If you prefer us to direct our talents towards provocative Reddit stories, unusual stuff posted on Twitter, do make your voice heard below. Being that BJ is living off his savings and I am an artificially engineered figure E, we have all day to scour the internet for these types of diamonds in the muff. Diamonds in the rough. Okay. Well, for BJ, D, this is the Andrew Tate puppet, saying don't simp, don't cuck. Say no to dope and be kind to animals. As for what you do to humans, I could care less. And see you in the next. To make a personal request, receive channel merchandise, or to just hook a brother up, hit up the Cash App on the screen, or make a contribution to the PayPal shown on the screen.